Here is how we find the slope-intercept form of an equation for each one of the lines that we see. So we're going to look at our graph. The first thing we're going to find is we're going to find these two items. We're going to find m, which is our slope, and we're going to find b, which is our y-intercept. Remember our slope-intercept form, it is going to be y equals mx plus b. So because we are finding m and b, then all we have to do is then just write down the y, the equals, and the x in the correct spots, and we're good to go. So first I like to find my b, which is my y-intercept. The y-intercept is where this y-axis, remember this is y, and here is my x-axis. So where does the line pass through the y-axis? It passes through right here. So my b is going to be plus 4. And I do like to sometimes include my sign so that I can use it properly later on, because as we know, when we substitute it into the actual equation, sometimes it is negative, sometimes it's positive. So to find my slope, I'm going to use the same idea as I used before. I look at this line and I know it's going to be a negative slope because it is going downhill. From this dot to the next dot, let's see, it looks like I've got one here. I possibly have one here. I can use either one of those. I can even use the full kit and caboodle, and it will come to fruition when we simplify. But either way, I'm going to deal with rise over run. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to have a 3 on top, and then I'm going to go over 2 places to the right. So my slope is negative 3 over 2. So my answer here would be y equals negative 3 over 2 x, don't forget that x, a lot of people forget, plus 4. So that is my equation for this line. Okay, let's try this one. We've got another one. Remember, we're going to find our slope and we're going to find our y-intercept. Our y-intercept is actually right here, which is at 0. Okay, and we'll talk about that here in 1 second. My slope, if I notice, if I go from here to the next time it goes through a line, it has to be directly through. That one does not. That one does. And then it looks like it goes through directly right here as well. So I've got a pretty big slope here. So I'm going to go negative because it is a negative slope. Remember, it's going downhill. And if you remember our little image of the face, we have an eyebrow is positive. This eyebrow is negative. Sorry, I didn't get that at a very good angle. This eyebrow is negative. We have undefined is the nose, and that's why it's got the U. And then there's no slope is the mouth. Okay, and that's a horizontal line. So anyway, this negative slope, we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we go down 5, and then we're going to go over 1, 2, 3. Remember, we do simplify it, but we don't turn slope into mixed numbers. It stays as an improper fraction. So my answer here is going to be y equals, I have negative 5 over 3 x, and then I don't need to put a plus 0. We don't normally write a plus 0. You will when it's a regular number. And also you need to be aware that if you were given the formula and you had to draw a line on the graph, if there is nothing given to you, that means it's going to be going through 0, 0. Okay, so do be aware of that. Let's do one more problem, and then I will let you do some of these problems on your own. This last one, we're once again going to find our m. We're going to find our b. So let's find our b. It looks like it's going through this y-intercept at 2, positive 2. Okay, remember, sometimes it does go through negative 2, or negative numbers like negative 2 or negative 4 here. Okay, so just make sure you pay attention. Find that intercept. And then I like to find that intercept because then I'm going to use that as one of my points. So let's see, another point. I'm looking for a distinct spot. It looks like it runs through right here. It looks like another spot it runs through right here. It also looks like it runs through right there. So I have 4 different spots. It's going to come from any of those. It is a positive slope, right? So it's going to be positive. And it's going to go up 1, 2, 3, and over 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and over 1. It does follow that. So my actual slope is going to be 3 because we do not write the 1. So we're going to have y equals 3x, don't forget the x, plus 2. And that is the equation, the linear equation for this line. If you have any questions, ask your teacher.